What's up, y'all? Welcome to Recess.
I'm Cash.
I'm Wachekia.
I'm Micah.
I'm Awate.
I'm Gyasi. We're here with Creative Justice and Converge Media. We're going to be talking to you about Seattle artists, youth issues, and many more topics. Stay tuned. What's up, y'all? It's Raji with Recess Podcast. I'm here with the special guest today, Darnel. We're going to be talking about working out and the intersection between working out, physical fitness, and mental health. Would you like to introduce yourself, what you do?
What's up? I'm Darnel, also known as Darnel's Barbells. I'm the health and wellness coach with Creative Justice and also personal trainer, boxing coach.
Come on. Just to get right into it, how are you doing? How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good, dog.
You know?
So, how long have you been a personal trainer?
About 7 years.
7 years.
6, 7 years, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite thing about personal training? What draws you to it? Yes.
I would say just helping people get on their journey, right? And just watching people set goals and accomplish them. I think, yeah.
Professional goal posting.
Yeah, just like watching people, you know. What was the question? I'm sorry. I forgot the question in the middle of the damn.
It's like, what do you enjoy when it comes to personal training?
Yeah, helping people set goals, watching them, you know, accomplish them, keeping them realistic, motivating them, watching people's bodies change, mentalities change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just real simple.
So, when you say watching people's mentality change, what do you think changes in them in terms of like positive or negative? Like, how do you see people change and grow?
I think that it's very important to exert a certain amount of energy in a day, especially if you're high functioning or you're a slow starter or you have things built up. I think like you have to have some sort of release. And physically, I think it does something for you that you can't just think about, right? Mm-hmm. There's something in performing. And also that performance in tandem with goal setting, I think it helps the mental, you know?
Have you had issues like working through stressful moments with clients when it comes to working out or like training in general, boxing?
Watching people quit on themselves, people not committing or being disciplined, the battle of like self-esteem and stuff like that. Yeah, but not really. No, I think I'm pretty good at motivating people and kind of putting people in a position to have some success to build on so that they can like not generate disinterest, right? Mm-hmm. I guess. Yeah.
Right. Would you say that's one of the biggest jobs as a personal trainer is like not building disinterest, keeping people interested?
Yeah, and that varies client by client, right? Mm-hmm. Some people don't have that issue, but some people don't. Some people do, and you know that's why it's personal training, right? Everybody varies. It's different for everybody. There's a lot of there's different bodies. Some people want to work in a group setting. Some people aren't. Some people are uncomfortable looking like they don't know what they're doing, which is a great reason to hire a personal trainer, right? Because that's kind of half the battle is like knowing what to do. Mm-hmm. So.
What would you say is the most essential mental trait to have when you're working out?
Essential mental trait.
Yeah. The non-tangibles. Something that you can't like put in front of somebody and just.
I would say, actually, I would say like being okay failing. Because whether you're trying to like gain weight, you're gonna have to fail, right? Lifting heavy weights, right? And that doesn't feel good all the time, but over time, right, you kind of get the results. And the same thing with trying to lose weight or, whatever it is, right? Like at some point your cardio isn't good, right? And you're going to have to deal with that, and you're going to have to stay consistent for it to get better, right? And, if you're judging yourself off your performance versus how you look, you'll probably get further in your journey,
Real.
So patience, I guess, that too.
Patience and learning how to fail, being okay with shortcomings.
And being consistent.
Consistency. You coach boxing, right?
Yeah.
Yep, you're a boxing coach. What are the biggest mental red flags you've seen in somebody when they're boxing? Like, for example, like somebody has a big ego, tries to like...
Overconfidence is one.
Confidence.
Everything doesn't translate into boxing. So if you're a good basketball player, or you're a good football player, whatever, doesn't mean you're a great athlete. Doesn't always translate into boxing. Also, if you're making mistakes, you have to be very short-sighted so that you can kind of get back to learning, right? And just being humble, If you're gonna make so many mistakes starting out, that you just got to get used to it.
Bro.
You know what I mean? Until you get to a point where you can kind of, operate on your own and be accountable for your own training and stuff like that. Some stuff you don't need a trainer for, and I tell a lot of my clients, like, this is stuff you can do at home. This is, you don't pay a person to show you how to do this, whether it's boxing or just training in general. Like, a lot of it is going to be is your own accountability.
Yeah. So I know we've had a lot of sessions at Washington Hall. Now, I'll say one of the things that's helped me is being like teachable, definitely being teachable, being able to intake information. Because before I did boxing, I did Taekwondo. And the one thing that did translate was like footwork and speed. But then you had told me, you were like, well, can you do that for 5 rounds? Or like, can you do that consistently? And it just didn't translate. So it's like I had to be learnable or teachable in that moment, be like, okay, I just need to do whatever boxing is. It's like hone in on that.
Yeah, it's a skill set. So, a lot of times people get bored with the tools. A lot, you have to teach the tool. You have to teach some of the things, the head movement, the footwork. But honestly, you might not be the footwork, head movement guy. That might not be the thing you're good at, but I still have to show you. Especially in beginning boxing, shoulder endurance is another thing. Cardio is another factor. So it's also my job not to let you cross the line and let your ego do all the moving, and then you cash out, you're throwing up, you don't want to ever come back. So I know when to slow it down and start talking about footwork and head movement and kind of slow them, shield them from themselves, I should say, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to do that with one-on-one work. Now, once you start getting into the group thing and it gets competitive, if you're competing, then it's harder because people are driven and they have ambitions and they're secretive about them.
Real. In those moments, how do you course correct?
It's easy to humble people that are in the beginning stages, right? Like, if you are focused on landing punches, then probably you're not focused on your defense, right? And so I'm probably gonna start punching you, right? It's that simple, because you're very unaware. You're so set on one thing, trying to be the man, trying to be the woman, trying to outdo everybody or just overperform when it's unnecessary. Then we'll course correct by highlighting your mistakes. Right. We'll slow you down that way. Yeah.
How would you say your mental health is affected and changed as a coach and trainer?
Oh, a lot, actually, because I have children. I do a lot of moving around throughout the day. I've been working with youth now for like 13 years doing creative writing, now doing health and wellness and stuff like that. And so just dealing with everybody else, because I'm also like a confidant. I'm also like a therapist, right? I listen to all this stuff. So for me, I wake up in the morning, I punch, I get to it. I really have been consistent my last, I don't know, 10 years. And for me, jump roping, boxing, a high volume cardio, high volume weights and all that, like I give everything to myself in the morning. Like I go hard 100% every day for me. And then that way I can say that y'all just get the rest. You know, so I don't feel, even though I'm working with all these people and I'm trying to help all these people, I've helped myself to the point where I don't feel emptied out. Like at the end of the day, to where it's like I'm lacking somewhere. Right. I didn't do something for myself. 'Cause it's easy to feel that way when you have children, when you work a lot, when you're responsible for other people. You know, we got a lot of people like caretakers, you know, that like type of environment, nurses, the health field, when you're just seeing like certain things all day, you should have some sort of outlet. It doesn't even have to be boxing, but just something physical that's you're giving your energy to, and you can kind of focus on it. Right. Whether you're like somebody's sick, somebody's dying, you're in a breakup, whatever it is. Sometimes that'd be the 30 minutes or the 40 minutes to an hour where you blank out and you could actually just like do something and not think.
So you got 30 minutes. 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes. It's real. It's real. I have a question. I've had hella questions, but when it comes to health and like eating, because that's a huge part in fitness, is your diet. Would you think it would be beneficial for people who are like, damn, I work 58 jobs, I got 90 kids, this is happening? Would you say it's more beneficial and easier for people to focus on their diet or to work out? Because I know both are essential, but like if someone had to prioritize the other, if somebody had to give like 20% more to...
I would say, your diet for sure. Just because like you can go downhill with that pretty fast, you know? If you're not working out consistently, I think, you know, at least that minimum, like take care of yourself, you know, get your checkups, make sure you're functioning, right? There's a certain quality of life we would all like to have. And I think diet's probably the easier route, I should say. I don't think that's even the easier route, but that's just something we gotta do. How long you want to be here, that's kind of up to you. If you want to feel like Rocky or have like the movie moment or whatever, like that's up to you. But it doesn't look that cute to boil broccoli. There's no moment, so it's boring. You know what I'm saying? But that's like very necessary. You know. You actually probably don't get the physical part of it down without the diet. So I would say that's like a lot more important. But the two in tandem at the same time is like when you're gonna have your moment, when you're most disciplined in your fitness. It's like, look, don't say you gotta wait for your shoes. Don't tell me that your wife's schedule about to change and you're gonna start next Monday. We don't care about your fitness pants, you don't need a gadget, you don't need a pre-workout, you don't need creatine. What about protein? Should I quit eating meat? How about just do something? Get a jump rope. That's so free. Like you can make so many things. There's like so many different classes you can take. Everywhere, just do something. You know, we spend a lot of money on like weird things. Like you give your children money to buy fake clothes on a video game. I can tell you where you can get the money to pay me from.
It's like
I can tell you where you can get it. But also, I want to charge a fee for that as well. You know, accounting fee, like you know, financial advisor. But no, I'm playing. But I think invest in yourself. Honestly, invest in your health. Period.
Yeah.
Like that should be something that, you know, you think is mandatory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you run a lot? Do you run?
Never. I jump rope though. I don't like running. I don't want to put all those miles on my knees.
Real.
Yeah.
Real.
I only jump rope like on a basketball court. It has that bounce to it, you know? Keep the mileage low.
Is it would you say it's essential for boxers to run, or
I would say it's essential
just
for you to have good cardio.
just
So
good cardio?
swimming, actually boxing, doing bag work, yeah, jump rope, running, yeah. I mean, I will do sprints on a football field,
Okay,
or a track, like a real track, not like,
but not like
no fake,
but not like 5K running. I'm gonna just run hella long.
I'm good.
Yeah,
They can have that. I left that in the 2000.
What's up? Would you recommend any for people who want to start boxing and maybe they don't have a coach or like an area to go to box? What items would they need to like start for real? Whether it be gloves or just
Listen, everybody has YouTube, right? So you can actually just go on YouTube and type in essential, like a double end bag. It'll cost you about $50 for like a decent or a pretty good one. You know what I mean? Don't buy nothing under $30. It doesn't. The time signature on the bags is weird because they're like balloony versus like having the leather.
Like
the leather is heavier,
heavy,
so it doesn't affect the time. When the double end bag is too light, it's not the same rhythm that you're gonna get every time. So there's that. But that's one of the ones that it's like a realistic time frame of like fighting, right? So if you're gonna throw 4 or 5 punches, try to throw it on the double end bag and its time signature that's realistic. Yes, you see people do the double end bag and they throw 8 punches. You'll never see a professional boxer getting stolen with 8 punch combinations, like unless they weigh like 110 or something, you know, them dudes. But like you're not gonna do that for 12 rounds.
Right.
That's just not sustainable, right? But it helps with your punch volume. So a double end bag helps with your punch volume, speed, accuracy, and things like that. A heavy bag is probably the second most
necessary
garaged item aside from a treadmill, probably. The treadmill being number one. But if you got a heavy bag, look up heavy bag routines, because sometimes we just buy the heavy bag and go out there and wail on it. But go find a routine on YouTube with a heavy bag. And just start working on your feet with the heavy bag, work on your head movement and how you leave the bag and how you approach the bag. And that'll kind of like buy you some time before you start realizing your shoulders is burnt.
Real. What's a good shoulder, like, other than punching, what's a good shoulder exercise to keep your
jump rope?
Jump rope.
Jump rope.
It's really all there.
Get away, yeah.
Jump rope kind of.
Jump rope.
High key.
I'm 15 minutes, 7 days a week.
Yeah. Would you encourage people to get a gym membership?
I would encourage, listen, if that's how you're accountable, by being in front of other people, then you should go do whatever you got to do. If you work out in front of the opposite sex and you know you're not going to quit and you know you're going to give your best effort, go do that. If you got to make a playlist, make a playlist. If you got to have those shoes, go buy the shoes, bro. Just do it. I just don't think that it's special.
I need them steps.
Like starting, like it's a lonely thing.
Yeah.
Doing what you gotta do is a lonely thing, right? Like I don't work out with people. I don't have a workout partner. If anybody, there's a few people who have worked out with me during COVID and stuff like that, the boxing cats and stuff. But I don't have a like gym partners ever. Yeah. Because I get up too early and I ain't got time to be waiting on nobody to figure it out. So you figure it out. It's your journey. It's your heartbeat. You know what I'm saying?
It's just self-determination.
Yeah, because when you in that hospital all laid up with all the issues, right? It just be you in there. And that's all preventable. Well, some of it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. You ever had a pet?
Yeah.
Off
Yeah.
topic, off
I've
topic.
had some dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
Had some dogs, man.
It's real. It's real.
We're on gaslights, all right.
No. But having kids and being a personal trainer, um, do you train your kids at all?
My son, yes, I don't. I do and I don't. Like I don't. I can tell you right now, I don't want to see any half-assedness.
Yeah.
So I tell my son the workouts, but I can't watch him.
Right.
Not saying he half-asses his workouts, but I just don't want to witness it, right? And I don't want him to generate disinterest. So,
Right.
And then I involve, my daughters are, different ages, 9, 6, and 3, and they are too young to do, to be in the space, but like I let him train them and they have fun. So they have their little introduction to fitness and stuff like that. And he's junior, so Darnell's Barbells Junior, it's a family business. So, you know what I'm saying? He's on his way. I leave him alone. But I think next year we'll start pressing a little more, see what happens.
For sure. Do you have issues like getting people to push past their wall, mentally and physically?
This sounds crazy. I'm great at my job. I'm really great at manipulation. So when I do stuff like this, I'll tell you there's a certain amount of time left, and they be like, I can't do it. And then we way past what you said you can't do. Yeah. And then I'll show you the clock, and I'll be like, see, you lie to me, and I make sure that you don't get away with the lie.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? So like, there's ways to like motivate people and get people to like concede to like, yo, this is what you pay me for. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like, again, find your motivation however you're motivated by, take photos. Like I like to stress like performance goals because those actually yield your aesthetic goals, however you want to look, whatever. But at some point you're performing, and at some point there's something that you cannot do that you want to do. And by the time you get to that goal, then you can look in the mirror and you're probably going to see some things look different, or you're probably going to feel better. I.e. like getting more sleep, operating on less, crappy food or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like you're once you're invested, you're more, you're less likely to like eat terribly or, abuse drugs, things like that, because you got to wake up in the morning and be consistent. Yeah. And I think that's just like some growth as like young men and women or old men and women or just wherever you are, like that's the minimum, like trying, I guess, trying. And then once you get there, you're going to start setting goals. So hopefully you can accomplish them.
Because I know I've gotten way better sleep after working out. It's like I'll come home tired as hell. Like, I'll do it again. And then there's sometimes I slack. I got a neck injury.
Got a neck injury.
A couple days ago, last week, Thursday. Better now. I'm cool now. But
yeah, that's one of the worst ones where you can't get over in traffic.
And how do you handle that with your clients and yourself, injuries?
I've rehabbed myself through a lot of injuries, and also like honestly, just stop and nurse the injury. Yeah. Don't get too stubborn, right? Because you can make especially when you get over that 30, you feel me? Like you can turn a 3-day thing to a 3-month thing.
3 months to a 5-year.
Yeah, just jumping the gun and wanting to get out there. I've done that so many times where I've had nagging injuries that I could just sit down for a second and get some healing, and I just don't, for whatever reason. I just can't. Yeah. I can't stop. Real. There's also that. Yeah. Know when to stop.
Real. Real. Do you think there's a fear when it comes to like, do you think people and yourself experience a fear during an injury of like, I gotta meet that goal anyways?
No, I'm not obsessive like that. I'm quick to be like, oh yeah, it's cool. Looking like that's gonna be next summer.
For real.
Like yeah, you gotta be realistic. Again, it just comes down to like, what is your body? Listen to your body. What is your body telling you? You know, a lot of times, like when I was younger, I was just slide into the gym on 4 hours of sleep.
Real,
Just,
real.
just thug it out, and it worked. You know, coming like drinking a lot, right? Like
Type
at night,
shit.
like, still, I would drink. You know what I mean? And slide into the gym 5:30 in the morning and be smelling the alcohol coming through me. And yeah, you know, that's not the best circumstances for your performance. But you got to keep that to a minimum,
Real.
you know. And once you start to like, obviously you invest your time and money and stuff like that, then you start to understand that that's like kind of fucking up the investment. Oh my bad.
High key. High key. Oh no, you're good. Um, um, I mean, shoot, I was gonna ask about that. How does like, would you say cannabis has helped you? Do you?
Yes.
No fat, no fat.
Nah,
Do
it's
you?
all good.
All right. Would you say that's helped with like your mental health and stress when it comes to working out? Does it make it easier to get
I'll say this.
done?
Working out don't stress me out. So I'd be lying if I
Yeah.
said I have to smoke weed because I'm stressed about my
Or
workout.
not have to, but like,
Oh,
you know.
I smoke. Well, you know what it is for me is like I focus, I slow things down.
This has become
So
a 420 episode. This is a 420 episode.
I smoke before I work out,
Yeah.
and I'm able to focus. I'm able to focus, however, right?
Yeah.
But when I smoke, I'm really able to slow things down and just stick to the plan, right? Versus like if I go in there and I just have too much energy, I'm kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's not a necessary thing for me.
Mhm.
I don't really like crutches.
Real.
You know, a supplement is a supplement, right? It's like to help you or to boost something or whatever.
Very specific.
But I don't like to use crutches, so yeah, that's also just like a
Innate.
mind thing. Yeah.
Would you say what does mental health mean to you in whole, like in life throughout all your years being on this earth? What does mental health mean to you?
Going back to like quality of life, right? I think it's super important for me to be in the best condition for my kids, you know, to be like a good role model for my children and the other youth that I'm around. I definitely try to keep stress low. I try to maintain good relationships, and I think fitness kind of allows people, you know, like I said, I'm a high functioning person.
Yeah.
I think fitness allows people to deal with me, because if I'm on my game, then you probably got to tell me to chill less.
Yeah.
Because I'm very like 100% all day, 100 miles an hour all day long, right? And I can do too much. I can deteriorate, and so I got to kind of know when I need to take a step back, right? And I got to check myself, because a lot of times when you're the person, people really don't check on you.
Real.
Like I'm the person, you feel me? So I don't get that check in. People don't really check in with me. Everybody just kind of assumes I'm doing like cool, right?
Yeah.
I guess like that's just my perspective of it. No disrespect to anybody that's checked in, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a common thing for people to check in and see how I'm doing.
It's like the therapist and the patient. It's like people don't know that the therapist has a therapist.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't have a trainer, but but yes, you know what I'm saying? Like mentally, it's super important. You know, I was a caretaker for the woman who raised me. And I watched her mental health deteriorate. And just seeing the resources that are available for the mental health, the people that are out there just going through whatever, it was very discouraging for me to like be the person who is aware of everything that's going on and how this person is being treated and the runarounds and stuff like that. And so like taking that mental checklist, that physical checklist seriously is something that I don't play with. And I think, you should have like a close knit group of people that you do talk to, people that keep it real with you. That makes it a little bit easier, so you don't, I don't know, we don't
clash,
make terrible decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like life's gotten easier ever since I started working out, especially training with you in boxing at Washington Hall. Like life is way easier. It's a lot more chill, How often do you take breaks for yourself?
In what? In what way?
Not in no fitness way, because that's a consistent thing, but like vacation, I guess. How long? When you notice it's time to like, okay, I need to take a step back for a second. Like, how often would you?
I do that in some capacity every day, right? Like, I got children, and I have my own business, so I don't really like live the type of like 9-to-5 lifestyle people,
right? Where you could put PTO and then just
Well, no, not even that, but just like like if I don't feel like it, then I ain't doing it.
Real.
Like if I don't feel good today, today's not gonna happen for you guys. I apologize. That's what the text reads, right?
Like obligation.
Yeah. Also, there's like like during COVID, like I was a little greedy and I was doing a whole lot because I was like this fear of like not getting this money.
Yeah.
And then coming out of COVID and actually doing pretty well through COVID and building my own space and all that stuff. Like, I think the passion that I have for fitness, I don't really stress out about work, right? I don't really, my kids are great. My kids have great grades. They get in regular kid trouble. None of them know who NBA Youngboy is. None of them know who NBA J-Bo is or none of that. They don't, you know what I mean? So like in my relationships, like it's not all good, but like I don't have like high drama going on.
Yeah.
I have clients that are attending Harvard, that play professional soccer.
Yeah.
I have clients that are going and playing college basketball, just athletes. And then, I have youth who are coming through creative justice that are dealing with kind of like, I would say the opposite end of the spectrum. Some of them have some criminal things they're dealing with in the courts and whatnot like that. And I can say that watching them transition into like productive adults is equally as gratifying, I guess, as one of the youth going to Harvard and whatnot. Watching people grow in to adulthood and getting out of like the street part of life is also fulfilling. So,
yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming on here. It's been a blessing. He's a great boxing coach.
I do what I can do. When I'm doing what I'm doing, when I'm doing my duty.
He'll smack the shit out you, unfortunately. But that's
just
part
pay me on time. That's cool. We're good.
Sound like mafia member. No, but real. Thank you, Darnell. Appreciate it, Darnell. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please make sure to get at us and subscribe to us on YouTube, Instagram, all our socials. We're going to have a lot more episodes coming up with intersection of mental health and the life that is Seattle. So please stay tuned. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.